What is happening, fishers? So, on the couch, and this is what might be one of those things that either lasts or either doesn't. We don't know. We'll try it out though. We're going to call it couch talk, I guess. Talk about fishing, some questions, some answers. You guys are more than welcome to leave some questions in the comment section and we'll get to answering them. But yeah, we're going to go straight into it. So, how's it, guys? My name's Andrew and I'm from Untraceable Fishing.
How's it, guys? Dean from Untraceable Fishing.
Cool, so we're going to go straight into the questions then. So question number 1. So I grew up on a farm here in East London, grew up in Lillyfontein, and for me, I started fishing in a dam, obviously from very young. I obviously learned a lot from my father. He was an extremely good fisherman, great at it actually, probably one of the best. When we went to the Transkei, what he used to do is he used to cast $50 at one of the boys and they used to bring him a fish and he used to catch it. So yeah, that is his knowledge of fishing. Not exactly the best, so I didn't really have much guidance. I actually learned from Dean, believe it or not. Around about 2016, we were both big into the gym, and yeah, he invited me out to Four Seasons. I had a holiday house here, and he's the man that actually taught me how to fish. So that's my background story in it, and I've been loving it ever since.
How's it, guys? So same question directed at me. I probably started fishing at the age of 4 or 5, I don't know, somewhere around there. Also grew up, my dad's taught me to fish, spend many afternoons on the breakwall. I had to get dropped off there after school. My dad was working ships at that time during his job. So I had to get dropped off there. My primary job was to catch carantines, stripies, live bait. I was that guy. And that's pretty much where I learned the first time I hooked a fish, and I've been hooked ever since.
Cool, we get on to
Question number 2.
Yeah, so for this one, I think my best childhood memory fishing was in our dam on the farm. So I used to go catch tilapia and bass in there. And obviously because I didn't grow or didn't have a father who was a keen angler, I mean, besides the money thing, for me it was just with my little friends, the nanny's boy, that him and I used to go fishing in the dam. And yeah, that was loads of fun, man. I have lots of good memories from like every day after school, just going for a quick throw in our dam. We'd feed millies onto the hook, and that's how I used to fish. I enjoyed it, man.
From my side, guys, probably revert back to the same story. Dropped at the breakwall after school every day, catching stripies at age 4, 5, 6. Then eventually about age 7, my best childhood memory was when my dad came out in those years, the good old little reel called a Pen 180. I was finally man enough to upgrade from what we used to call a coffee grinder in those days, which we now refer to as a spinning reel, to a pen style reel. So that's probably my fondest memory, is getting home from school with my little Pen 180 and probably line as thick as weed eats a line on the back, learning how to cast and getting the craziest bunches in the world with line as thick as my finger. But that's probably my happiest moment, when I was man enough to finally convert to a pen style reel.
Moving on. Question number 3.
That one.
What is your current tackle setup? Cool, so my current tackle setup, I've got 2 11-foot setups. So I've got a Penn Slammer 3 5500. It's got 40-pound grinder braid on, and I normally pair that one up with my extra heavy Cobb Special. And then I've got the Assassin Sierra 2XH, and that is on my Penn Slammer 4 6500, also with 40-pound grinder braid.
Okay, setup wise, guys, what I pretty much carry around daily when we go fishing. We do both fish quite light, so we're not like crazy big heavy tackle fishermen. So on the bottom end of the scale, I walk around with the 11-foot Penn Allegiance 3, very nice flippy rod, BG 4500 on that, 30-pound. I've got Suffolk braid on that one at the moment. My in-between rod would be my Bluefish 13-foot, paired with my BG 5000 with 40-pound grinder braid. And then my heavier rod, which is not a heavy rod, is the Assassin Evo 3 to 5 ounce, the gold one that you see in a lot of videos. Probably my favorite rod of the lot. I've just managed to get my hands on a Saragossa. It's 1 day old, so I'm hoping to get some good fish, and that'll be the new reel for the Evo, and the BG will be downscaled down to the bluefish.
You know why the Evo is probably your favorite rod? It's because it's also your most expensive, because it was free.
It was free, yeah. I paid a lot of money for that Evo. That Evo was won through a competition that Dave and Neil were running at Bulmoria Fishing. Last year, September, I got hold of that rod. I also was, same as Andrew, I used to walk around with my 11 foot. Listen, I love fishing with 11 foot, don't get me wrong. 90% of my fishing is probably done on 11 foot. Still, if the sea's flat enough and calm enough, I've got my 11 foot out and I'm willing to tackle anything on it. But since getting the Evo, besides it being free, which was bonus round, yeah, beautiful rod, guys. Other than that, I've got quite a few rods stuck away in the garage, old rods and some newer rods that I don't use, but those are my three that ride around with me in my quiver every day.
Cool. Move on, guys. Question number 4. All right, so on this one, I know Dean's going to go quite in depth here. Okay, I already know it's because Dean is like the super assassin Googler of all the fishing stuff, and he knows pretty much everything. But for me, I'm pretty close to my my current like kind of dream setup. I think for me, the Assassin Sierra was on the bucket list. Absolutely love that rod. It's an amazing rod.
Yeah,
it's probably one of the
solid.
Probably one of the best 11 foot rods that money
if
can
not
buy.
the best.
Yeah, if not the best. I mean, you can pretty much haul anything in with it. So for me, that's like dream rod. Very happy with that. I don't think I'll change it. And then definitely the Pen Authority.
Yeah, that's coming in soon.
That's
Into the country
sexy.
soon.
Very sexy.
Yeah. Even for a non-pen fan, I would love one of those. Sorry, I'm stealing your line, aren't you?
No, all good. So yeah, that's my dream setup, guys. And then I think I'd probably pair it with black velvet braid just because it looks nice.
And it's expensive. So
yeah, it's expensive. It has to be good.
Cool. Listen, guys, I can go in depth and speak for 3 hours, but I've been told I only have 3 minutes. So if I had to choose one rod, one reel, one line, which is almost impossible to do because there's so many different facets of fishing. Rod, I'd probably take the new Assassin Infinity Taper. I like the Horizons. Yes, it's a better spec rod, but there's something about the Evos, don't know, it just does it for me. It looks sexy in that new black color. Reel wise, listen, because it's the dream, I'm going to shoot for the stars. There's something I'll probably never afford, but hopefully one day someone sees us and wants me to fish with one. The Saltiga 20, I think that'll be my reel. I don't know, there's just something about it. Never fished with it. I can tell you the specs on it. I can't tell you how it performs though, but I've seen the guys over in Oz and stuff, and they're catching good fish on it, and that reel seems to be up there. Braid wise, yeah, the Berkeley braid with the black velvet, I think is probably the best of the best, because it is one of the most expensive. But then Dawa just brought out the Saltiga 12, which I don't even know if it's in South Africa yet. It's a hollow core braid, so let's wait till that gets in the market. So I'm going to put the Saltiga 12 as my dream braid, even though I've never fished with it, but that's what dreams are about.
Cool, guys. Let's move on to the next one. All right, so I've got 2. One would be the Mustard 7.0, just a normal J-hook. And then quite recently, actually, I've switched to using circle hooks, and definitely the BKK Inline 7.0, great hook. And I actually haven't missed since fishing with them. I've been snapped off, yes, but I haven't missed. So far, so good.
Yeah, Andrew's done well. He's been going, circle hooks, 2 months now? And like I said, Andrew, I always fish with some circles. Andrew liked his J-hooks. He started fishing the circle. I haven't seen him miss a fish from day one, which is quite impressive, because it took me probably about 2 months to actually get my hookup rate up there where it should be. So well done to you on that. Hook-wise, guys, also crazy broad spectrum, but if I could fish with one hook for the rest of my life, very similar to Andrew's, BKK, 8.0, offset circle though. Andrew prefers the inline circle, I prefer the offset circle. Slight differences, we'll get into that in another video, what the differences in the two are. But if I could choose one hook to fish the rest of my life with, that would be it.
Cool, guys. Next one. Okay, go to baits. This is going to be an interesting one, hey, because
Imagine how difficult it's going to be for me. So I'm interrupting you.
Yeah.
You get first pick. It's fine. Go first pick. You can have first
but
pick.
I don't think you're going to choose the one that.
No, I
that
think I'm going to. Let's see what.
No, I don't think you're going
I should
to.
have a piece of paper and write it down. But don't worry. Go
Okay,
first.
no, that's fine. Okay, so I think the one that I think most anglers would probably agree with me on is catfish leg. I don't know that.
Yes, you took it.
I,
It's fine.
I think that's a very like obvious choice. I think the smaller fish aren't going to like bite it off the hook as easily. You've got a lot of movement in the water. You've got it can sit out in the water for a long time. You know that your bait's pretty solid. For me, catfish leg is just a very versatile bait. You can catch a lot of fish on it, and that's why I enjoy it. But the other one that I have become a very big fan of is whole squid head.
Yes.
I don't know why.
You love a whole. Like love the whole squid head.
Whole squid head. It must put the whole thing out.
Yeah, guys. Andrew goes, slice a new squid open. Listen, I don't use the squid head at all. I'm like, that part normally gets given to the seagull or that other bird that thinks it's a seagull that flies around, always eats our bait wherever we are. No matter where we are, that bird, he finds us. I don't even know what type of bird that is, but we must actually find out. But this guy, he loves the squid head, and he's been getting some good fish on the squid head. So he's taught me one or two things about fishing with the squid head at least, which is fantastic. Okay, go to bait. I would have been catfish leg, but it still might, I'd say, also most versatile bait is out there. But then I'll throw in a swimming crab into the mix. I think you can catch almost anything on a swimming crab. Most fish I've seen oaks hook bronzies on them. Believe it or not, while fishing for pig nose, I've never heard of a shad being caught on it, but shad's really a bait fish. But swimming crab will, I think, catch anything out to sea if it's used in the right way.
Cool. Move on to the next one, guys. All right, so funnily enough, the two most interesting catches that... What happened there?
I'm laughing.
You're laughing. Wow. What did I do wrong?
Nothing.
I'm just carrying on talking.
I know about the craziest catch, so he's done nothing wrong. I just know about it, but it's like, you got to hear it to believe it.
Craziest catch. Okay, anyway, so the fish that I've caught in like the weirdest way, both times have been silver stem brass. Two of them. So anyway, first one, I was fishing in Kleve, I was fishing on the surf, and I was reeling in, and I thought that my grapnel sinker was in the sand, and I started reeling, but I felt something heavy. And anyway, I just kept reeling in, and then I saw that there was a fish against, or on my line, and I asked my partner's brother to just, land the fish for me. And I see that my hook wasn't even in the fish's mouth. Turns out that this fish had obviously snapped off another angler's leader earlier on in that day, and I just hooked it through the swivel. So I landed my first silver actually like that. And then the second silver that I landed was fishing at night in the surf. I was fishing with a Mustard 7.0 with a squid head, have to have favorite hook, favorite bait. And I got pulled flat. So lift up to strike, and I felt that I was on, but there wasn't heavy head shakes, nothing was...
Yeah, it felt like a big flat fish. It looked like a big flat fish.
Yeah, nothing screamed fish, so nothing screamed edible to me. So anyway, by the time Dean had landed the fish, we went to inspect, and I actually landed up hooking the fish in the fin. So
in the pectoral fin, right on the side there, guys. It hooked him about there somewhere. Yeah, I couldn't believe my eyes. I'm jumping in his story now. Because it's sitting like a flatfish, so I probably walked about knee deep, waist deep into the surf at night, pitch darkness, put my headlight down into the water, and as the white water cleared, which I was expecting a little duckbill or a blue ray to be sitting there, I saw this eyeball looking at me with a 10 kilo plus silver looking at me. Yeah, it's the most surprised I've ever been. I picked it up, and I don't think Andrew I still shouted him it was a silver, and I don't think he still believed me. He thought I was trying to pull him by the leg. But anyway, good catch.
What are we, like 10.6 kilos,
yeah,
10.8 kilos,
good
round
fish.
about there. I think we did weigh it.
Yeah, 10.6.
Yeah, good fish. Cool, so that's my story, guys. We move on to Dean.
Your craziest catch, guys. I have been fishing for a while. Let's say the craziest. Listen, there's two, but we'll go with. I fished. I grew up fishing Hamburg. Oh, many of my school years. If Justin Cummings is out there, big shout out to Justin Cummings. He was the guys to fish there with. One day we fished on the boat, and then a nice shoal of cob came through. Heard the guy screaming on the bank. Yeah. Didn't actually know what he was saying. 3 seconds later, my ratchet goes. Pick up, set the hook. Get the cob to the boat to find another line coming out his mouth. Similar to Andrew's story. Pull on the line. That cob had actually knocked that guy's live bait on the way down, probably about 30 meters up from us. Pulled his rod in. Obviously didn't loosen his drag off, put it on free spool enough. Popped his rod off the bank into the water. Dragged it a couple of meters, hit my live bait like 2 seconds afterwards. But so I caught a cob and another guy's fishing rod and reel. But I did return it to him, which was he was super stoked that he got his rod and reel back. But I did keep the fish though.
You're such a good okay. Give the rod back.
I kept the fish though.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I won't lie.
Yeah.
That fish we did keep.
Yes. Okay, no, that's fair enough. Yeah, so those are some crazy stories. I mean, I'm sure there's so many crazy fishing stories that pretty much any angler could tell. But yeah, those are 2 of ours or 3 of ours.
I was going to jump in there quickly, guys. Please remember that was about 23 years ago. In those years, cob limit were 10. We used to keep fish. We had no clue what we were actually into the cob population. We used to take 2 or 3 cob home in those years because we were allowed to, quite comfortably. But most of the fish pretty much go back now. We do keep a fish now and again to eat. But that's about it. But yeah, we did hurt it.
Cool. Move on to the next one. Oh, this is an easy one.
It's very easy.
I mean, we've been speaking about this for ages. Obviously, it's a coelacanth. Okay, guys, I really am kidding. Yeah, I think for me, mahi. I don't know why. I don't know why I've got such an appeal towards that fish. I don't know.
A dolphin fish.
I don't know. It's the colors, the sports of it. I don't know. There's just something about it. So that for me would be my dream fish. I think also bluefin.
A bluefin, yeah.
Yeah.
On spinning tackle.
Yeah, on the 11-foot rod, yes.
Yeah, maybe like I don't know how big a reel will have to be, but it'll have to be quite big.
No, I use a bass rod for that.
I'm sure they make one big enough though.
Yeah, I think that would be nice, but
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have to get a ticket.
Yeah, somewhere. we'd have to go there where the bluefish live.
Yes.
Bluefin live, sorry, excuse
Yes.
me. Dream fish, guys. I'm gonna take advantage and split into two categories. Freshwater, which I'm not a very big fan of, but it's fishing, so I enjoy it. If it's freshwater, I'll fish in it. Golden Dorado, they look like crazy fish from the videos I've seen, so I'd like to hook into one of those. Saltwater, I'd probably say a rooster fish for some reason. There's just something about the rooster fish. I want to catch one of those, so as soon as I've got enough dollars in the bank, we'll try to get to Panama one of these years and see if I can get myself a good rooster.
Yeah, just a little disclaimer there, guys. I am joking about the coelacanth, okay? I know people get a bit sensitive,
Yeah.
but you know,
But you would be famous straight away if you caught one, just saying.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it would have to go back to.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
But I
but-
mean, you know, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
we are joking. But yeah, those are some fish we'd like to catch. I mean, you know what? There's so many fish that I think we could, like, say we'd like to catch.
Like
as
dream fish
anglers.
wise, no,
I mean,
it'll be any fish. As
Yeah.
long as it's big enough, it's a dream fish.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, I could even say, like, yeah, I could catch a blacktail, but it must be world record blacktail.
Yeah.
No, then I'm happy. And it must take a lot of drag.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll move on to the next one.
Fun fact, quickly, I'm interrupting you. Fun fact, for those guys who aren't from East London, anywhere else around in South Africa or worldwide, I'm sure everyone knows what a coelacanth is. East London is famously known for the coelacanth. The last found coelacanth, I might be corrected, you can correct me, was found about 80 k's down the coast at Chalumna by a fisherman in the nets, and I think that was in 1940 odd. I know they have seen some on video, but that was the last one that was like caught in a net or anything like that, when they thought they were being extinct for however many years. You'll have to Google that one. I don't actually know the answer.
I have a feeling they have got since then.
Have they? Okay, I might be incorrect,
but,
yeah.
but the original was here in East
and it's
London.
in our museum in East London. Go check it out.
Yeah. Cool. We'll move on to the next one. Okay, so this is coming from a less experienced angler than what Dean is. I think for me is the most important thing is to just take advice from the older guys, or for the guys that have been fishing longer, like from Dean. I mean, every time we go down there, like I tend to ask questions, and I'm not a person that asks like a whole bunch of questions all at once, but it is good to like take little bits of knowledge here and there, and just apply it to your fishing. And then I think the other thing for me would be patience and time in the water, because fishing is definitely not a rush sport, and some days like we go down often and we catch absolutely nothing. Other days we have a great day fishing, and yeah, patience is one thing, and perseverance, man. You know, you got to keep going down there, and I think that's what we do. Is we keep going down, we keep trying, because we know that chances are one day or on that day we are going to get the fish of a lifetime, and I think that's the thrill of it. So yeah, that would be my advice to the guys starting out. And then another thing from a social media perspective is that don't just look at these bigger channels, the bigger fishing channels, and think that, you know, that's how your fishing is going to be every single time, you know, because you will have good days, you will have bad days. And I think that's the reason that we enjoy filming no matter when we go down. We don't just want to make a good video, we want to make all the videos that show the good and the bad, because that's real life, that's fishing, and that's how fishing goes. So yeah, that'd be my advice from me to a new angler starting out.
Okay, advice-wise, guide, as Andrew mentioned, all the anglers, guys, have been thinking, don't also forget to look at the guy that's been fishing for 2 days. He can teach you something. I've fished 30 odd years in my life. 2 or 3 years ago, down at the bottom here, there were 2 youngsters fishing. Listen, these oaks cleaned me up. These oaks were fishing in probably knee to waist deep water, standing behind me. They were catching bluefish, halyun, blacktails. They taught me something in like that I never knew. That's actually gave me a total different perspective of where to actually fish. And I learned that 30 years into my fishing from guys from upcountry, from inland Gauteng stuff. That's the first time fishing in the sea. And they, on that day, they gave me a hiding. We had a little friendly fishing competition. They gave me a hiding. They caught like 13 fish between them. I didn't land a single fish. So it shows you can learn from anyone. This best single piece of advice I can probably give you is learn to love fishing before you learn to love catching fish. Well, you must love both, but you need to learn to love fishing. Fall in love with fishing, and the fish will come. If you're just going fishing to catch fish, you're probably not going to love fishing that much. You actually just enjoy your time out there, enjoy your time in nature. And then one little technical piece of advice, relax, guys, the arms. Relax the arms, soft arms. I don't know how to explain it to you. A lot of guys you see on the rocks fishing, they're very rigid, stiff like that. You're going to lose more fish, a lot more breakages. You're going to fish picking up, dropping your bait, too much tension when they're pulling like that. Learn to relax, let the body hang loose, let the arms hang loose, soft arms.
Yeah,
I don't know how else to explain that.
I think I agree with that one, because
soft arms.
You know, you can't be strangling your rod, and then, you know, when you get a bite and you get pulled flat, I mean, your arms
there's no
stiff. There's no play. I agree with that statement.
But if you guys want more explanation on that, put a like or comment. Put a comment in below. And then maybe we can, if there's 1 or 2 people that want, we can put a little video down and explaining the
100%.
physics of it. Like, I can't get really crazy about it, but explain the fundamentals, what I mean by soft arms.
Yeah, no, 100%. We can definitely do that. Are there any closing statements from you? Anything else that you?
Yeah, guys, we started this channel. We're trying to get it to grow. Loving all your support so far. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Like, comment. If there's anything, questions you would like to ask, we might do this again if it's a hit. Even if it's a miss, it's actually quite fun. Pop some questions onto the comments on YouTube, and we'll answer them like best we can. We don't know it all. We're learning as we go along the way, and that's what we're sharing with you guys. So hit us up, and let's see if we can answer a question or 2 of you. And is there anything you'd like for us to show you, or the way we've done something that you might have missed, or it might be the wrong way, it might be the right way, but we're willing to share all of it, guys. We show you our fishing spots, show you exactly what we're doing. Like, my biggest goal, Andrew's biggest goal, is for you guys to catch more fish. and just to love fishing as much as we love fishing.
Yeah, I think that's very valid there. You know, we take everyone's comments into consideration. Sometimes it's not always easy to answer people, and sometimes it's not always easy when we are filming down on the beach, on the rocks. It's very difficult when you have a line in the water yourself, and you know things go wrong. You know what I mean? Especially when we are recording on one phone and one GoPro, it is quite difficult. So we do our best to show as much of the fishing as possible. We both love fishing, we're both keen anglers, and you know we're here to have fun doing stuff like this, man. This was actually a blast tonight. So hopefully we can keep doing this. I think we will. That's why, like Dean said, put a comment in there. Yeah, give us a like. Definitely subscribe, because you have to subscribe now that you got this far. And yeah, we're gonna just keep fishing, keep pushing out the content, and keep getting onto some fish. We are going to Kebe now next week Friday, so that's in Transkei,
Super
deep
excited.
Transkei. It's gonna be absolutely mad. It's gonna be wicked. 6 guys all squashed into a rondavel. We are going there just to fish. The rondavel's gonna stink. It's gonna be awesome. Looking forward to it, guys. But remember, stay tuned, guys, and we will see you all on the next video. Cheers.
Cheers.